welcome to the Piston Show. Today we have the Triumph Speed 400 review. But before we go further, here's a short message from our sponsor.
Whether you ride for fun or for work, untoward incidents are bound to happen. That is why it is very important to have an insurance partner that takes care of you and your beloved motorcycle. I choose Berjaya Sompo Insurance because it gives me and my motorcycle everything that I need, including maintenance tips and comprehensive insurance coverage. I get complimentary personal accident coverage worth 5,000 ringgit, and Berjaya Sompo Insurance also covers my motorcycle for the agreed value of the sum insured. But to top it all off, I get complimentary 24/7 towing services of up to 100 kilometers with comprehensive coverage, so I know my bike will never be left stranded. On top of that, my insurance covers all riders, so I know my friends and family are covered when they ride my bike as well. With Berjaya Sompo Motorcycle Insurance, and it's the Good Riders Initiative, which is a testament to the company's continuous commitment to promoting rider safety, I know I'm always taken care of.
Hi, welcome back. Okay, as we said earlier, this is the new Triumph Speed 400, the much anticipated, the much awaited Triumph motorcycle. Now, this just has arrived in Malaysia not long ago, yeah, but and it was really hard to get our hands on a test ride unit, but now we do. And now we know why people anticipated this bike so much. Right, a little bit of background to this bike. Now, this bike was built between the cooperation between Triumph in UK and Bajaj in India. Okay, all right. But what Triumph says is that this bike, although is built by Bajaj in India in the Bajaj factory, it is built to the exacting standards and specifications of Triumph. Which, after riding this bike, I truly believe that. Why? Let's start from the engine. Now, this is a 398cc single cylinder, 398cc single cylinder engine, which produces 39.5 horsepower at 8,000 RPM and 37.5 Newton meter at 6,500 RPM. All right. So this is not an engine which is shared with Bajaj or like the Dominar 400, for example. The Dominar 400 is a 373cc engine, which its architecture is based on the KTM Duke. This is not. This is totally a Triumph engine, but built by Bajaj. Okay, but moving on, what I love about this bike after riding for a few hundred kilometers is that it is so easy to ride. It is such a sweet bike to ride. It's comfortable. As you can see, the riding position is upright. You have a very long seat. The seat is very supple. Okay, the brakes, the clutches, modulation, to the brakes, to how the gearbox shifts, everything is so nice. Why? Let's start from the beginning. From the front, the suspension, as you can see, they are upside down forks. Okay, they look tough. They are really big. Okay, they are really big, but they are actually pretty supple. So run over any imperfections on the road and everything, you don't really feel it. Same with the rear suspension as well. Very supple. Okay, you don't get bumped around. You don't get backache, sores, and everything after riding for the whole day. Now the brakes are from Vibre, same like for example the Dominar and the KTM. Okay, so in that sense, you need, for me, the first thing I felt was that you needed a little bit more pressure, okay, braking pressure to slow the bike down. It doesn't grab as hard as Brembo brakes, of course, because this bike is mainly intended for beginners, yeah, and for everyday riders. Then moving back, we've talked about the engine. Moving back, as you can see, the Speed has a single exhaust, of course, but with a single muffler. Compared to the Scrambler, yeah, the Scrambler 400, the 400X, it has twin mufflers at the back. The other thing is, coming back to the seat, is that it's very low. Okay, even for me, my height is 165 cm and I have very short legs. I have no problem reaching the ground sitting on this bike. Okay, now moving backwards, as you can see, coming back here, now the rear light cluster is inspired by the the Speed Triple. Yeah, it's a single unit like this rather than a round unit, which you have on the other Bonnevilles, right? Of course, there's ABS front and rear. We've done some ABS tests just now because it's just after rain and there were some puddles, so I did some ABS tests. The ABS works beautifully. Yeah, the pedal and the lever did not pulse very hard. Some bikes, the ABS when the ABS activates, it pulses very hard, right? But this hardly ever pulses at all. So it's wonderful. So to some so it's especially beneficial. That's why I say it's beneficial to beginners, because once a lot of riders, when the ABS starts to pulse, when the levers start to pulse because the ABS turns on, what do? You let go of the brakes. So that compromises your braking distance, but not this. All right. The engine characteristic, of course, is very much like any other Triumph. Yeah, very smooth, very linear power delivery. That's it. If you really slap on the throttle, the bike will just take off. That's how much torque it has. That's what's beautiful about Triumphs: the throttle response and the engine response. Okay, but in my personal opinion, I would drop the rear sprocket size by two teeth, yeah, to make the bike run a little bit smoother on the highway, because here, of course, in KL it's all highways, and for further touring, yeah. But that's my personal opinion. Other than that, the there's no riding mode, so it's everything on your right wrist. Yeah, your right wrist is the traction control. It's your power mode. Sorry, not traction control. Traction control is provided with this bike, but you cannot turn off the rear ABS, not like the 400 Scrambler, which you can turn off the rear ABS for some light off-roading. Now the meter here is very clear cut. Yeah, very big meter, very clear cut. The main dial shows your speed, but this is your tachometer, so you know your engine RPM. Selling price is 26,900, so on the road should be around 28 or 29,000, which is really affordable. Yeah. So would I buy it? Yes, I will buy this one for my daily rides. Yeah, and some convoys, of course. And because it's very light, it's only 170 kilos wet. Yeah, so it's easy to push out from the driveway, go to the shop and buy something in case I forgot to buy anything. Yeah. So basically that's it for today. Yeah, I would recommend that you go and test ride this bike.
Hey guys, what are some of the things that you consider when choosing a petrol brand? For me, I make sure that the petrol can keep my engine clean and also give me better mileage. I'm sure everybody thinks about this when choosing a particular brand. With BH Petrol's Infinity RON 95 Euro 4M, you get precisely that. It has special German additives that reduces the amount of deposits that build up in your engine over the long term, keeping it clean. It also has improved friction modifiers that reduces the amount of friction that your engine has to go through, ultimately giving you better mileage and making BH Petrol's Infinity RON 95 Euro 4M the right choice.
So lastly, before we go, let's hear the bike. There you go. Okay, so that's it for today. That's our wrap up of the new Triumph Speed 400. So before we go, remember to like and subscribe to our channel and keep following us for more motorcycle and car reviews. Thank you.